Hey Cancer, happy September. This is your overall energy reading for the first 15 days of September 2020. Again, it may not resonate with everybody, and that's okay. Just take what applies and let the rest go. Look at your sun rising signs, but this is for the overall collective of Cancer, and for the first 15 days, overall energy times. For the sake of time, I went ahead and shuffled the cards and asked the angels and spirit guides guidance as the cards came out. So placed them in the 5 cards here, and we start out here. This is the first card is your past influences. It's anything between 3 to 6 months, things you could be working on or ending or already accomplished. So here, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Second card is your present, current situation. Here we have the Star in reverse. Third card is your future. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Fourth card is your challenges, and you have in reverse the Prince of Swords, sometimes also known as the Page of Swords. And your fifth card in upright is Queen of Cups. Interesting. Let's see. What does this Wheel of Fortune is a very good card. So Cancer, many Cancers within the past influences that are helping you right now. If this applies for you, many Cancers, this card was reminding Cancers in that recent past time period that the wheel's always turning, and you're in the state of constant change. And welcome, Cancer. That some Cancers may have gone through sort of a difficult time, but it improved, and many Cancers reached sort of a good luck and had some good fortune that they got in return in a fairly short period of time. On the other hand, if things were already going well for those Cancers that were doing okay, this too, there was a change, and it could, and some experience changes, returning, some bumps, I guess you could call it, but it returned to a normal cycle, or in the process of returning to a normal cycle. What happens here in the Wheel of Fortune, Cancer, is that the cycle shows that why it's important to sort of cherish the blissful moments in your life, that stop and smell the roses sort of thing, and it's critical for this, and to appreciate what you have, and to do a physical and mental sort of self-assessment, that are you happy in what you're doing in anything. And that's critical if you're familiar with laws of attraction, that you have to feel and believe and experience that happiness for the universe to answer. Cherish things. Many Cancers sort of cherish the small things, and we're able to do that, and it had that sort of appreciation, which is wonderful. The Wheel of Fortune here also suggests that it's sort of a wheel of karma, and reminds Cancer that what goes around comes around. So for some, this was a good reminder for Cancers to sort of be kind and loving person to others, and they will be kind and loving to you. And of course, the laws of attraction. If you're going to be nasty and mean, well, you're going to attract nasty and mean. It's just the way the universe is going to happen. And if it's not people, it will attract situations. So hopefully, I'm not sure which Pisces had that group there, but hopefully most Pisces were able to get the positive side of that. For Cancer, this card here in your past is saying that you had to sort of do a self-assessment, and many Cancers were wanting happiness and the abundance of things, and it's saying that hopefully you were able to identify that and send it out in the positive way, in that sort of juju kind, or send out to the universe of asking for what you want, identifying how you feel if you got it, and of course with ease. And then of course remember, you're the creator of your own reality, and with ease, how do you feel about those things? So if you want lots of money, you have to sort of visualize and feel that you feel good already having all that money and all those luxuries, and that puts your external self in alignment in that vibration with your inner source. So it's and look up laws of attraction here on YouTube if you're not familiar with it. That will definitely help you. If not, it's in what they call the vortex, and it's just pending. So you just have to do some fine tuning. So so hopefully, as we go back to our wheel of karma, that I get the feeling most cancers were on the good side of that. The Wheel of Fortune here, Cancer asks you to sort of be optimistic and to have faith in that universe, and as we just said earlier, and you will be taken care of, and the best situations will become possible. So meditation, visualization, reinforce your intention, to bring forth that abundance and good fortune, and hopefully that many cancers were able to put that that beginning stage, that stage one, into effect. Keep your mind open for those synchronicities that the universe has. This is a very interesting time to be able to do this. When the new eclipses, the two eclipses that occurred in June, was an opportune moment for many astrological signs to sort of create that change. Again, this is saying that many cancers were, had the opportunity to be open to guidance from the physical and spiritual realms, and if you were one of the cancers who likes to have control and stability, then the Wheel of Fortune, is probably experienced a shock for you, because it sort of took you out of that comfort zone. But it's a good process. You will bounce back. So this is also saying that hopefully many cancers were able to tune into their intuition and follow that. The universe guides us, and that's what this card was about. And hopefully your good outcomes will come from this past influences. Now, in our future, we have a major arcana card, and this is the Star card. Now, what's interesting in this is that it came up in reverse. Now, reverse cards aren't negative all the time. It just means you have to look at it in sort of a different way. So for the collective cancers, I'm picking up that why the Star card was a beautiful card is in reverse. This possibly means right now in this present sense that some cancers may have lost their faith and are and hope in the universe, and perhaps many cancers may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. COVID-19 has been going on for a long time. It's very much possible. Cancers may be experiencing some challenges right now because of that. Some cancers may be questioning, why put forth all this effort, and life gives you curveballs, and why this and why now, and asking all sorts of questions. Many cancers might be sort of desperately calling out to the universe right now to give you some reprieve, but cancer, you might be struggling to see the divine. And what this card is saying when in reverse is to look a little bit harder and believe, and you will see it. The divine here, Cancer, is always there, and this card is reminding you to take a moment to ask yourself right now, here and now, what is the deeper life lesson, and how is this a blessing and not a punishment? So look for the good. Laws of attraction. Often Cancer, the Star reverse is a test of faith. So, if you're confronted with sort of a challenging situation, you can either crumble like the tower or stand firm in your own conviction, and that's what the divine is there for, that universe. You, Cancer, will learn how to not only trust the universe, but trust in yourself, and that's the lesson there. You're the vessel, Cancer, right now for the divine, and when you have faith and confidence in yourself, the divine will shine through. Think of it as that inner sort of self. You just have to believe. The Star reversed here also shows for many cancers that perhaps you're feeling disengaged right now and uninspired, and whether it's life or your general your hobbies or relationships or whatever personal projects, and I get the feeling that some cancers may have started out with all gung-ho, but they're sort of feeling bleh, not quite there. That vision and enthusiasm that you may have started with is sort of gone the far way, and just because there's many of Cancer dealing with overwhelmed by the day-to-day experiences that everybody has right now, and it is overwhelming. But however, this card particularly is relevant in career readings, and so for cancers who are experiencing some career, who are focusing on their career, if you were life was very dreary and you were just going to work and putting 9 to 5 in and not having much joy in it, then this is saying that you're disconnected from work, and this may be a big issue here. And And what's important here is that you need to reconnect with what is truly important to you and what your sole purpose is in your employment. Find, and if you're doing some good, focus in on that some good things that you're doing, and it will change your perspective. The reverse star Cancer urges you to take time out for yourself and self-care and nourishment, and that sort of deeper personal and spiritual sort of level. Your energy, Cancer, reserves must be restored, and if you've depleted them, this is saying you need to push because you've been pushing yourself. You might be pushing yourself too hard or in the wrong direction, and this is saying take a pause and sort of realign yourself. Do that. Get back to daily meditation and start simple, not difficult. So it's a good card. It's a nice sort of reminder again that stop and smell the roses and things will be good. Now, in our future card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is a typical, a nice card. It's a nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles is a female-oriented card, but not gender-based. It just means it has the female characteristics or a softer approach. I'll put it that way. The Queen of Pentacles is at home and is known for love of others and likes to cook meals and enjoys maintaining and inviting home. The home environment is very good, and giving warm candles to those who need it. Sort of that sort of warm and cozy feeling. If you, Cancer, are working full time from home. And you're able to make that financial contribution to the household. Or you could be the primary breadwinner. This card is for Cancer is masterful at taking care of the practical needs at home that are everyday issues for families and everybody else. Now, you could get burnout, but we're not talking about that right this minute. This is just saying that Cancer, if you're in alignment for this in your future, for Cancer in your future, this is sort of embodying the ultimate working parent archetype. If that's you, whether you're a parent of your dog or your children, this is saying that you're working hard for your family and domestic responsibilities, to make a living for yourself, and you're creating that sort of financial abundance. I feel that for many Cancers, you're going to be able to maintain healthy balance between work and home anyway. We've been doing it so long with COVID-19. Just continue it, and you'll be okay. The Queen of Pentacles suggests for many Cancers for Cancers right now that this is an important to you to sort of live independently and to have that stable income. And your own space, and nurture yourself and those that really care for you. And if you're in a relationship that's sort of toxic, it's sort of telling you to do something about it. Take action. And this is about trying to strike a better balance between your home and your work lives, and giving it your all in both domains on both ends of the candle. You're going to burn yourself out. So this is about finding small time for yourself, sort of pick me ups, and enjoy it, and don't try to balance out all the other commitments and not overdo it. The Queen of Pentacles here represents prosperity and security, Cancer, and many Cancers have been working very hard to generate that level of financial and physical security that you wanted, and you've been also very generous with others, and you enjoy sharing your wealth, and this card is supporting all of that. Is live within your means, but if you can help others, help others. It's a good karmic energy there. So this is you were very good here. This is it's about, again, you're going to be coming into prosperity. It also reminds Cancer to when we're all get those daily obstacles, but this is sort of saying when you feel that, this is a good time to maintain compassion and go back into that nurturing, sort of practical and down-to-earth feeling. Don't jump to conclusions or anything else. Just accept people for where they are, and concentrate on you and feel good about what you're doing and what you value, and get those lights, inner vibrations going, and you'll be set. Now, we have in our challenges, we have the Prince of Swords in reverse, also known as the Page in some cards. So when you have this in reverse here, now we know that, anything has to do with the pages or princes or princesses, they're sort of messenger cards. They usually are sort of bringing you some sort of signal or some sort of message. However, when it's in the reverse form here, this is sort of telling me that some cancers are holding back from expressing sort of your truth. And some may be in a public forum because it's just a message they want, or it could be in private with someone that you're involved in, or work, or something like that. But it's just telling me that there are cancers that you're feeling some sort of energy, some sort of cause that you're just holding your own because you don't want to voice it, and some cancers want to prefer to express your thoughts and opinions privately, and not in public forums. This is really about expressing yourself. You can be writing it down in a journal. It could be major public or just silent treatment sort of in the background. Now keep in mind that this card does have its limits of what you can do, but it's there. So I'm picking up here that it's saying here that if you're doing that, it's about letting go of fear and let the universe take care of it. You're doing the right thing. At times, when this reverse page or Prince of Swords here shows up, it can mean that you're all talk and no action. But I'm not getting that feeling. I'm picking up that if for cancers, if you feel you have something to say, you're going to say it. Within reason and appropriateness. So I don't think that necessarily applies to this one. It's just it's reminding cancers here to also not make promises that you can't keep. I don't think that has been an issue, but perhaps for some it has for cancer. What else? I'm picking up that it's this card is saying Cancer, to before you make specific promises in your commitments, it's important to have the foundation of where you spend the majority of your time, so again you don't spread yourself too thin, and have constant reminders on the wall of where you should be when you're behind. So again, common sense here. It's about finding the happy medium, finding what works for you. And the reverse, the Page of Swords is basically suggesting that some cancers may be acting hastily, and you're trying to get through your prescriptions too quickly. I mean, that's what I'm picking up here, that something just hasty, that perhaps you're sort of you're wanting to push the paperwork, and this card is kind of saying don't push too much. There's and again, before you make a specific promise, get all the facts. That's what this is saying. It could be a good outcome. It's just saying don't rush to decisions without getting your facts, and that's your current challenge here. And then we have our outcomes, and of course this is a nice card. You have the Queen of Cups. It's always good to have royalty in your line here. For your outcomes, Cancer, the Queen of Cups is, again, it's a nurturing, caring, compassionate, and sensitive. That's what the card represents, and you should have no problem finding that if you do parking garages or whatever else. But this embodies sort of that nurturing mother's energy. So again, it's not gender based. It's just that softer side. Your outcomes of Cancer, you're going to be supporting others. I feel some cancers are. You're going to dial into your compassion and put some public speaking to it to get that processed. For Cancer, again, for some, the Queen of Cups here is telling me that you're highly intuitive, that you're creative in your flow and your sort of surrounding settings, and especially with COVID-19, that are sort of stuck together, and perhaps you're honing that per skill, and you're listening more to what your virus says to you, and making sure that you take care of yourself. This is also about sort of that creative outlook. So not basically abusing it, your thing, and not just discarding it. That you take the information as it's applicable and to use it. It's this card here in your outcome, Cancer, is that you have a lot of things sort of sitting in that vortex view, and this is saying believe in the process, and fully believe in the process, and the blinking process, and the swimming process, and the swelling, the eye contact, whatever. And it will come to. It's still early, but obviously watch for trouble. But I'm getting the feeling that your animal is going to be okay. It's just that there's some maybe allergies or something that might be affecting it at this time. So this is about trusting your intuition, Cancer. It's about paying attention to your feelings and your emotions. It's leading with your head and heart at the same time, and closing old cycles that don't work for you anymore. So live through your dreams, do your meditations and visualizations, and you'll be okay. You will do okay here, Cancer. So awesome card here. I want to take a moment to say thank you so much for watching this video, and for allowing me to share this with you. I definitely appreciate it. And I also I request, dear Cancers, that please hit the big three: the like, the Canadian, and I guess it was police here, local police, working together. So thank you for that, and we thank you for everything else that we are blessed with. But you will find the full reading here on the internet fairly shortly, and there might be some possibilities for just opening it for something else, because I had that request, but we'll go from there. So thank you for coming to this page for As I See You Tarot, and please click on the big three of the subscribe, notification, and like buttons, because it will help with the YouTube algorithms, and definitely help support my channel here, and I appreciate it so much. So Cancer, have a wonderful first 2 weeks of September, and we'll see you at the end of the month. Awesome. Take care.